All right, so we're here with Chris Mckensie. He's one of the co-owners of Brand Butler AI, and they are the title sponsor for AI Marketing World that's coming up October 9th and 11th in Dallas, Texas. And so, Chris, tell us about yourself and what you guys do.
Okay, yeah. So my name's Chris, and I am the president and owner of Brand Butler. We are a software that is designed to help anyone and everyone, first of all, recognize their brand. So once you acknowledge you're a brand, you want to go out and help the world doing something, we're going to help you incorporate the reason why you're doing whatever it is you're doing into every aspect of your marketing. And the way we do that is through our super agent, if you want to call it. He's really the super brain. And I want you to think of Jarvis for AI. You are Tony Stark in this scenario.
Yeah.
And you'll meet Banks if you go to brandbutler.ai.
Okay.
And the way that it works is Banks is going to get to know you. He's going to ask you some questions about why you're doing what you're doing. And then from the information he gets, he's going to create a very helpful and useful brand. We call it a brand blueprint. And really, that's exactly what it is, a blueprint for how to do three things: how to speak to an audience of people, be able to identify in that audience the right person that you want to help, and then what it will look like when you get off that stage and interact with them. And so you need to be able to understand how they think, what they like, what are their fears, all of those kind of things. And so that's really all that Banks needs from you. You can give him that simple information, and from that, he'll create the blueprint, the brand blueprint. If you want to give some additional information, you can. If you don't, that's really all you need to do. You can click a button, and he will create a comprehensive marketing plan showing you everything you need to identify your messaging, incorporate that into your lead generation phase of getting somebody to become your client, and then once they are your client, how you're going to get them to become your advocate. It'll show you a comprehensive journey of how that works. Once you've analyzed all of that, because you can edit it, you can make modifications to it, but once you're good with that plan, we actually have an area that is called the campaign toolbox that allows you to go in and access other agents. And so what I want you to think about is Banks, as I said, he's the super brain, and he has minions working for him, ready to facilitate different things that you need to get done. So maybe you want help creating an offer, or you want to create a logo, or emails, social media, that kind of stuff. So what's going to happen is that all that stuff, you won't need to give it any additional information, because everything you've given it so far has just been to train the system on how to make the right assets for you to begin to market. So we have a 4P process. It starts with purpose. We can't identify it for you, but you have to be able to give that to us. Once you've identified it and incorporated it into the system, then you're going to begin to plan. That's going to come through the marketing plan. Again, you can, give feedback on that, but once you've got the plan in place, you're going to begin to prepare the assets. That's going to be through the campaign toolbox. At that point, once you get the assets prepared, ready to go out and give to people, now it's actually the time to send it into production. So you're going to need to do that. And our system is paired with Go High Level. We use Lead Butler, but if you're a Go High Level member, Lead Butler is going to give you, basically, think of a way to supercharge your Go High Level. Right now, what we have complete and ready using our system is the ability to send emails and social posts in. But what we're working on right now is a way to simplify the process of using Go High Level to create agents. Currently, you can use voice and chat to have agents to interact with people live time. They can call in. They won't even know that they're talking to a robot.
Yeah.
or typing to a robot.
Yeah.
And so, and you can see that on Brand Builder too. If you go on, there's a little like question mark at the bottom. You can ask this guy anything. And we also have our own version of ChatGPT. This thing you can go on, you can type your questions. It'll incorporate your logo if you've done that part. It'll know all the information that you've given it. So think of it as a like ChatGPT that you don't have to give it any information. It always knows what you want. So we have all those kind of tools on there. But
Okay.
this thing that we're developing right now is a way to train the agents. So think of it as an agent who will create the agent within Go High Level. And so that's what we're working on right now. Long
Great.
term, what we're going to kind of, I'll give a brief little snippet into what we're going to be showing at AI Marketing World, because we're going to have two different talks. Adrian's going to have a talk, I'm going to have a talk. We're going to kind of give a vision for where we're going to take this thing, because the inevitable goal for Brand Butler is that you come on and you simply say, hey, Banks, I need to reach out to these home buyers that need to, that are in this certain area. Banks is going to know exactly what to do. It's going to present you with a plan. He's going to execute the plan. He's going to deploy the plan. And then he's going to analyze the plan and come back and get your approval and then modify it for you.
That's
So
great.
that is
Yeah.
the inevitable goal of what Brand Butler will be able to do. But right now we're still working on that. We have a minimum viable product right now, which is highly functional and ready for you to take advantage of.
And that's really interesting. So what's that product going to be called?
It'll still just be Brand Builder. It'll just be the next
Okay.
version of Brand Builder.
Oh,
So right now, what we have is the ability. Banks does remember all of the stuff that you say to him, and he does incorporate that in. The difference is right now you have to go pick and choose what you want to do, and the difference is that in the future, banks will be able to provide you with suggestions and solutions, and everything that you're doing within the system is helping banks to understand you better. Every answer you give it, he'll be able to answer the next one more effectively.
okay. So
Yeah.
So what you said is really interesting. And here's a problem that real estate agents have, brokers, wholesalers, and investors, right? They
Mm-hmm.
want to find that motivated seller, that
Sure.
seller that's in distress, foreclosure, divorce, tax delinquent, etc.
Yep.
So I'm a real estate agent, broker associate, and also wholesaler, right? Direct to seller. The way we do it today is and the way we've been doing it for many years is outreach, cold call, right, SMS, sending out mailers. But today I actually have an agent that pulls the data directly from the county, correct? So
Nice.
it's already doing that. That's real time foreclosure data. So the thing with that is every county's different,
Mm-hmm.
so that AI agent has to be configured to that county. So you're saying that's something that you will also be doing then?
Well, the inevitable goal of Brand Butler is to make it to where it would be able to log into other platforms, or those platforms would be integrated into Brand Butler as an integration that then Brand Butler would be able to modify and configure and set up and all of that kind of stuff. Just like any other, uh, startup software company, we just we need more funding. We have everything we need, but we need to bring on 10, 15 more developers, and currently that's where we're at. We need to be able to grow at a more rapid pace. And
Sure.
so that's the biggest challenge that we're facing right now, is just not being able to move quite fast enough. So
Okay. Well,
but we've made tons of progress, and I think that a lot of eyes are going to open to what Brand Butler can do when we step up on that stage at AI Marketing World.
well, if anybody's watching this, contact Chris. If you want to be an investor, right? Reach
Yeah.
out to Chris or agent, right? So, but definitely, and dude, I would love to be a alpha tester on that. Any products related to real estate, right? But definitely, one of the problems that my, quote unquote dream customer has, right? Because that's what I serve, real estate agents and brokers and wholesalers, is the ability to get, especially, motivated seller data in real time.
Yeah.
So right now, the way it's being done, it's a manual process. But if you could offer that solution, that's definitely right, because at the end of the day, right, if you're a listing agent, you want to get that listing, right? Or if you're a wholesaler, you want to be able to get to that seller first. So if
Yep.
you can provide data like that and agents for that, we'd definitely be interested in that. So
Well,
they're great. Yeah,
we're also we also have Skill Stacker. And the reason I brought that up is because that is our Web3 side. And so there's a lot of things that we're going to be doing with the Web3 and with Brand Butler, smart contracts, a lot of different things that are going to open up even
sure.
more opportunities. And so, that's definitely something that we can look into. The reason I brought that up though is because if there is something specific and custom for the current time being, myself or someone on my team could easily build custom things like that. That's something that we can do in the process until Brand Butler gets done.
Hmm.
My personal website is just my last name .ai, and so that's kind of what I do. I do consulting and custom development work for things like that currently.
Okay.
Yeah,
No, that definitely is great, and we can continue the conversation after this there. But that,
sure.
at least for the real estate niche that I am in, right?
Yeah.
It's about, at least what I do, getting to that seller first. And if you can provide any tools, and I know I keep on repeating that, but at the end of the day, that's the way we make money, right? Is to get
Yes.
that deal first. So if you could solve that problem, and there's already folks solving that problem today, right? So
Yep.
it's a huge market. So like, as I mentioned, the person that I have doing is built it out custom, right? But
Yeah.
the ability, I mean, there's, how many thousands and thousands of agents are out there, and how many count, because to build that out, it's a custom agent. Like, for
Yeah.
example, I'm in Lee County, Florida.
Mhm.
So we built it out to pick the data from the county clerk courthouse and also the sheriff's office to get the foreclosure data. And the key is to get that data first today, as soon as it's filed, as opposed to the way 80% of the investors do it today, is they buy the data from ListSource or PropStream or batch leads, et cetera. And those are providers that provide foreclosure data, but it's usually delayed because, it
Yeah.
takes a while to get out there. So if you can get like the way I'm doing it right now in Lee County, getting it directly, it gives me a competitive advantage, which is called first to market. So
First
one of
one.
the influencers or coaches out there is Tyler Austin, and
Mhm.
he has this platform called REI Sift, and one of his methodologies is called first to market. And first to market is the ability to get to that seller, foreclosure, probate, divorce first, before anybody else gets to
Yeah.
that seller.
No, that makes perfect sense. And so with that kind of stuff currently, it's just going to be manual. Now we could create agents that do that kind of stuff for you for sure.
Oh yeah,
Is it a tool within Brand Builder? Not currently, but I'd say right now, currently, it's going to boil down for me with most of the people that I'm dealing with. It's going to either be build a custom solution or help me learn how to use this solution that is already available, right?
yeah,
Because there's a lot of tools out there, just like with Go High Level. Those tools I mentioned inside of Go High Level, they're already there, but most people don't know what automations need to come into
right.
play or what kind of workflows need to be set up. And that's where having someone to help you is the problem we're trying to solve currently. But that's just a dime a dozen. There's so
Yeah.
many softwares and things out there. And so,
Well, it
yeah,
has to do with that book, Rocket Fuel, right? You've got integrators and you got visionaries. So
I'm an
obviously,
integrator.
you are the integrator,
I am
correct?
an integrator. Yeah.
And is Adrian the visionary?
Adrian is the visionary. Yeah. So we've
Ah,
intimately
see.
studied
So
EOS and all of that. So
yeah,
yeah,
no, and
we're
then and obviously, and Steve talks about it. The rocket fuel is
mhm.
the Gino Wickman, right? Is the story, the narrative version, but then
Yeah.
traction is like the Bible, right? Like
Factual.
in this space, in the real estate wholesaling space, the big teams, the ones that are scaling up, use
Yeah.
EOS and traction, et cetera. So just going back to that is if you can solve, because me, I'm more, I'm both, right? I can be
Yeah.
both, but I want to be more visionary, et cetera. So if
Yeah.
I can find integrators to do that stuff, it's there. But I definitely see where you're going with that, and just that's and just to what you were saying. The problem with getting what's called motivated seller data, right?
Yeah.
Distressed seller data,
Hmm.
dude, you got to do that one by one per county. You know what I mean? To scale, it's going to be whoever can put it this way, whoever can scale that first will be one of the leaders. And here's an interesting thing about this is the way I do it is once you built it once here in Lee County,
Hmm.
guess what? You can resell it again to other investors who want Lee County,
Yeah.
and then boom, 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 boom.
Makes sense. Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely a great business model if you have the time effort to develop something like that. It sounds like
Okay.
there's other people out there doing it, but
Well, other people out there, and it sounds to me
yeah,
maybe this could be that conversation that we could do. And here's another way to do it, right?
yeah,
Is I know you need investors, but hey, Chris, here's an investor, here's a realtor in Miami. They need it. They came up with a down payment to build out that agent. Boom.
yeah.
And then they're
No,
coming.
that's definitely feasible. Yeah.
Okay. Great.
That's where we've with fundraising, we're an S corp, so we didn't want to switch over. We didn't want to go into WeFunder, all these kind of things because it would require us to switch to a C corporation. We just got too much stuff going on to go
Yeah.
that route, and then we don't necessarily know family offices and all that kind of stuff. So the challenge that we faced with that was just trying to figure out how we take that on. Ideally, we would find like one person that wanted to do that. And so what we did was instead of going that route, we went ahead and just created Skill Stacker and launched this token. So tons of people
So,
invested into that. It's already up to like 4 million market cap.
yeah,
And so that's one of the ways that people are investing in our project is through Skill Stacker. But yeah, if there's an opportunity that somebody wanted to build out something large and custom, I mean, that's exactly why we have most of the tools, like I mentioned with the
sure.
meme side of or the social media. What we did was we created a meme generation tool for the social media
Yeah.
because we needed it for our own company. We do meme marketing. We have meme
Yeah.
marketing agency. So that's really what most of the tools were created for, is just to speed up the process of what we're doing. And we were like,
Yeah.
hey, we're on to something.
Well, dude, in the time, the reason I laugh is because this morning I saw that Adrian renamed the group. What is it? Crypto, Web3, et cetera, et cetera. Love it. Great name
Yep.
because that's it, right. It's, blockchain, dude. That's the future. So and I commented on it, right? I said,
Yeah.
blockchain plus crypto plus AI, right? All these skills, right? That you can stop. That's the future where this is all going, and that's where, that's where. But yeah, it's really that the idea of combining all those skills, as an individual, like with this whole AI thing, right? Everybody's afraid. Well, dude, just learn because here's my motto: AI has no creativity. Use your creativity by hacking flow. Got it?
Makes
When you
sense.
get in a flow state, right? At least me, when I get in a flow state, boom, the creativity's out there. So the way I use AI is, yeah, dude, I feed it 80% of the stuff, and then boom, it comes out with whatever. And then my 20% is my creativity of whatever it came out with. So I'm still
Yeah.
throwing my style, etc. So definitely anything AI related, networking with people that are into AI, all sorts of ways we could help each other. I'm glad that we connected here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and let Adrian know that his interview's next, right? And by the
Oh,
way,
cool.
any other speakers at AI Marketing World, if you know anybody, do feel free to send them out to me. I want to interview them. And to wrap
Cool.
it up, anything else?
No, just thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. And Yeah, we have an affiliate marketing program for Brand Butler as well. So
Cool. Yep.
50%, you can earn some pretty good revenue through that.
Well, I'm providing. I got my affiliate link, so I'll provide it here,
Cool.
etc. And put your
Do
contact,
it.
and we'll
Yeah.
we'll see you in Dallas. Okay.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much, Vanilla.
All right. Take care.
All right. Thank you.